The LG G5, the smartphone with the greatest amount of variability that you can truly customize to your perfection. The phone that made a revolutionary change in smartphones over the past few years. Being the first company manufacturing a phone with removable modules, LG was looking to stand out in the smartphone game. But were they successful in producing a worthy phone that could be the new daily driver in everyone's pocket? Here's what I think. Yes. Let's begin with specifications. These are less relevant to me, but for those of you who want to see them, they'll be up on the screen and you can pause to view the list. Next, let's talk about design. The G5 comes with an all-around polycarbonate material that is pleasing, but makes the phone overall too slippery for my use. If not gripped correctly, you could drop it, which will cause dents and nicks around the unibody. I decided to go with the Captain America slick wrap skin from their Hero series. If you want to see my thoughts on that, I'll leave an annotation and link in the description to go check out the dedicated video I made. The power button is still on the back this time around, and it doubles up as a fingerprint reader. It was actually pretty accurate every time I tried, with the exception of 1 or 2 times. You can wake the phone up by placing your finger on the fingerprint reader, and it wakes up only when the proximity sensor detects light, which is great so it doesn't randomly turn on when you don't want it to turn on. The bottom module is removable and you can replace it with different modules such as a manual, camera wheel, and button, bigger battery, etc. These modules are limited in options to what you can get, which sucks, but being able to swap them out is enough to satisfy me at this time. Now let's talk about the actual interface. I'm currently switching back from iOS after being an Android user for a year, switching back to iOS for a year, then back to Android for a year, then back to iOS until I got this phone. I love both UIs, but I prefer iOS because it's a lot cleaner and organized. While both of the phones don't have dedicated app drawers, the G5 should have one since it would increase organization, and you have somewhere else to put all the pre-installed apps and bloatware. I'm liking LG's skin on top of the Android 6.0 Marshmallow interface, and it was easy enough to customize it to my liking and preference. The camera is pretty damn good. You have 2 cameras, one being a 16 megapixel camera that's capable of shooting 4K, and an 8 megapixel wide angle camera that's specifically made for group shots or getting more in the frame of the video and picture. I applaud LG for being the first to integrate a wide angle lens to the camera of the phone and saving us from having to spend $20 to $30 on a separate clip-on accessory. The photos and videos on both cameras look stunning and do not disappoint. One thing I found weird is that the glass by the camera cracked, which I don't see why, as I never dropped it to the point where it would crack and I had a skin on it. But accidents happen and you may not experience this issue. Next, let's talk about battery life, which is most important if you're trusting your life with the G5. As I said in my impressions video, most people have been experiencing terrible battery life, but in my experience the G5 has had the best battery life I've ever saw on the phone. I usually leave at about 6:30 AM to go to school, and when I get back home I still have at least 60 to 70% of battery left. This could be just because I really don't use my phone in class, but I listen to music between periods and watch Hulu or YouTube sometimes when I'm at lunch. When I get home, I might continue to use the phone and watch even more YouTube and browse social media until the battery dies out. On a day of above average to constant use, I was able to get up to 12 to 16 hours of battery life with about 6 hours of screen on time. Another useful feature I found was the quick charge technology included with the G5 that allowed me to get approximately 30% of charge in only 15 minutes and a full charge in about 1.25 hours, which is insane. I find this useful as sometimes I forget to charge my phone when I fall asleep, and this can definitely be a lifesaver in the event you need a fast charge to last the entire day. So, is it worth it? Definitely. While it isn't perfect like most smartphones today aren't, it definitely makes its name stand out and performance is excellent. Minor issues may degrade the quality, but they can always be fixed in the future to make it even a better phone. I like pretty much every aspect of the G5 in my testing, and it definitely gets my vote for the most unique phone of 2016. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below what you thought about the G5 review and what you think about the G5 in your opinion, and I'll be replying to some of your comments later on today. Anyways guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and peace.